Straight ahead on WBKB News at 11, Children and Family Services host Walk Me Home at the Duck Park. Plus, the 20th annual Relay Life kicked off this morning. And Alpena celebrates National Relaxation Day. We'll have those stories along with the local weather and sports. The news that affects you starts now.
From Rogers City to Tawas City and all points in between. This is Northeast Michigan's award-winning news team. We are your source for news, weather, and sports. We are WBKB News at 11.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Neil Liwanag. Earlier this morning, Child and Family Services hosted the second annual Walk Me Home event at the Duck Park. Walk Me Home is a 5K walk or run that started at Duck Park, then down to 23 State Street, right on 11 to Washington Park and back. This year, the Child and Family Services teamed up with Grace Lutheran Church to make Walk Me Home a success with at least 30 people registered. Participants got a chance to get out and enjoy the sunshine, with all the proceeds going to several programs that support over 13,000 children in foster care throughout the state.
This is just a great way to get out and build awareness for the foster children in our community. Proceeds will go to our programming, which includes recruitment and retention, licensing of foster families. I'm just so proud of our community that come out and support our kids.
If you're interested in helping out our foster children, please call Child and Family Services at 989-356-4567. Well, sit back, relax, and enjoy the rest of your holiday tonight. Yes, today is National Relaxation Day, and locals gathered at Bayview Park to celebrate this glorious day. Mayor Walagora proclaimed today as Alpena Relaxation Day. So the folks at Better Living Massage Center and Spa got together to make National Relaxation an easy, relaxing holiday. The spa offered different things to locals such as massages, acupuncture, and hypnosis, all for free. The event lasted from 12 to 2, and Better Living Massage Center and Spa hoped that today showed Alpena residents the benefits of relaxation.
Alpena's Day of Relaxation, it's actually a national day of relaxation, so we kind of took a hold of that and decided we were going to offer something to Alpena. So we got a hold of some local businesses and put together this event for the community.
National Relaxation Day came from what it is known as National Slacker Day in England. Relay for Life of Alpena County kicked off the 20th annual relay this morning at the Maritime Heritage Trail. The 24-hour event began at 10 a.m. and it's geared to create cancer awareness throughout the community. Participants walked and ran under the heat in support for those who are affected by the disease. There was food and music as the relay gives people a chance to recognize all the cancer survivors. It was a field event starting with an auction, followed by a brunch celebrating cancer survivors, then a volleyball tournament, and finally the night capped off with the Luminaria ceremony that honors cancer victims.
This year we're celebrating all colors because all cancers matter. You know, you see a lot of pink, but we want to make sure that every cancer is represented. And we raise money all year to find a cure. And that's our main thing. Relay is to find a cure.
Relay for Life ends tomorrow morning with a closing ceremony at 9. They're back by popular demand. The Thumb Tractor and Truck Pool made their way back to the Alpena County Fair tonight. According to Fair Manager Jackie Konecki, a couple years ago, locals were so thrilled by the Tractor Pool Association that they wanted them again this year. Residents were treated and entertained tonight by the huge tractors. Admission for the show was $7, and some of those who attended say it was worth every penny. Tractor drivers came up from all over the state of Michigan and even as far as Harbor Beach to treat the city with fun and satisfaction.
We pull like 20 times different places around the state, and this is like the 16th pull this year. We all have a fun time doing it. You know, we got 9 of us in the class, and somebody needs help working on it or something. It's a lot of fun. We're having a blast being up here. The weather's great, the crowd's great, and it's a lot of fun.
Tomorrow is the last day of the fair, featuring the rodeo at 1 p.m. This afternoon, children and adults attended Jewelry 101 at Art in the Loft to learn about how to make various types of jewelries. Jewelry 101 is a 2-course class course that gives locals a hands-on experience of jewelry making. Instructor Catherine Schmidt came all the way from Lansing to give folks tutorials on different types of jewelries and fun ways to put them together. Schmidt collaborated with Art in the Loft to make this day possible and enjoyed sharing her knowledge to people who attended.
Today we are doing jewelry making classes. The first one is really a beginning class where they're working with all types of media, from wire and string and cord and different metal pieces and found objects and stones and beads, and really designing whatever they want.
For more information on future classes or other events, please call Art in the Loft at 989-356-4877. Coming up on WBKB News at 11, an outdoor concert stage collapses near Flint last night. Plus, why is the Pope getting his own beer? All that and more, next. Welcome back. In state news, WJRT-TV reports that severe weather caused an outdoor concert stage to collapse in Grand Blanc Township, Michigan, near Flint last night. The station reports that no one was hurt during the stage collapse. Strong storms swept through the area, bringing heavy rain and causing some damage. There have been no reports of injuries. In your Money Watch, the price of crude oil is sinking quickly. It hit its lowest level in 6.5 years Friday. That means you'll likely continue to see lower prices at the pumps. A North Carolina drug maker hopes this will be a very good week. The Federal Drug Administration is expected to decide by Tuesday if it will approve the first drug to boost women's sexual desire. Sprout Pharmaceuticals is seeking the FDA approval. The agency has previously rejected the drug twice because of side effects and lackluster performance. And a New Jersey brewery is giving its blessing to a beer dedicated to Pope Francis. Cape May Brewing Company is releasing a limited edition draft beer called Yopo, which stands for You Only Pope Once. The beer is in honor of the Pope's visit to Philadelphia next month. It will be available at the brewery in Cape May and at bars in Philadelphia and New Jersey beginning September 21st. If you're heading to the pump, GasBuddy.com and AAA of Michigan helped us to find the highest and lowest prices locally across the state. The lowest price for gas in Alpena is coming at $2.94 at Murphy USA Station. The highest is $2.96 at Marathon. Across the state, the lowest price at the pump is $2.48 in Detroit, and the highest price is coming in at $3.79 in Romulus. Coming up on WBKB News, Kyle Logan will be in with the latest in sports, and I'll be right back with your full weather forecast. Stay tuned. Welcome back, and thanks for joining us. It is now time to look at the weather. Today we had a high of 88 degrees and the low is 66. Normal was 78 and 54. Record highs of 95 was in 1965 and the record low of 35 was in 1961. Sunrise was at 6:36 a.m. with the sunset of 8:41 p.m. Now look at current conditions. It is 69 degrees with the humidity of 84%. Southeast winds at 3. And take a look at that. Beautiful, clear, no clouds all over the state of Michigan and even Alpena, so you can definitely go out there and enjoy the rest of your weekend. And tonight, clear skies, as we mentioned. It's 65 degrees with a south wind of 5 to 10 miles per hour. Sunny and hot tomorrow at 91 with a south wind of 5 to 10 miles per hour. And tomorrow night, it's going to be mostly clear at 71 with the southwest winds of 10 miles per hour. And let's take a look at your 5-day forecast. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday look very similar, so definitely bring an umbrella and a raincoat. Thunderstorms for all 4 days. 87 Monday, and your lowest is 66. 78 for Tuesday with the low of 59. Highs at 81 though on Wednesday, and the low is 62. 76 for Thursday, and the low was 61. And Friday, all that rain will clear up with 79 as your high and 56 for your low. And now it's time for today's photo of the day. Today's photo was sent in by Michelle Rickelman of Harrisville. Now, this is a photo of a rainbow Michelle took at the end of the storm in Harrisville. Now, generally, we're familiar with blue skies, but look at this purple sky with a touch of a rainbow right in the middle. Amazing photo. Thank you, Michelle, for sending us this photo. If you have a photo you'd like to send us, email it along with a short description to news@WBKB11.com. In your Health Watch, a new study finds many adults in the United States have hearing issues and don't seek treatment. Experts say hearing aids can significantly help with anxiety, depression, and even improve cognitive function. Many younger women may be dealing with pelvic pain that is not being treated. While most women had diagnosed conditions, a National Institutes of Health study found nearly 30% had not been diagnosed with any pelvic conditions. Researchers say doctors should ask women if they are having pain, and women should tell their doctors if they are. Trans fats are linked to higher risk of death and heart disease. That's according to a new study in the British Medical Journal. Trans fats are found in margarine, snack foods, and packaged baked goods. The same link was not found for saturated fats, which come from animal products such as butter, milk, meat, and salmon. In national news, air travel was a nightmare for thousands of passengers on the East Coast, causing delayed flights from New York to the Carolinas Saturday. The FAA says a computer glitch caused the chaos. Chris Van Cleve has more.
There were no smiles at Reagan National Airport outside of Washington, D.C. Every flight on this departure board showed up red, delayed due to a crippling computer failure at an FAA facility in Virginia that stretched on for hours.
And once again, this flight number 3261 is delayed to further notice.
This map shows a multi-state hole in the nation's air traffic, leading to delayed and canceled flights at airports nationwide.
Everything flying south of the New York area is affected on all airlines.
This was the scene at New York's LaGuardia Airport. Long lines, delays, and plenty of frustration. Isaac Gonzalez is stranded.
I'm staying in an airport that I don't know, in a place I don't know. I'm going to be there all night until the next flight in the morning. I'm not happy. I'm very upset.
As the FAA worked to fix the computer glitch limiting the ability to process aircraft flight plans, departures resumed at a trickle as some passengers took to social media. The crowds at DCA feels like Mardi Gras, only without the fun and frivolity. All flights canceled. No fun here, one woman tweeted. Another wrote, couple on my flight out of DCA celebrating 40th wedding anniversary just missed their cruise. We hope customer service makes it up to you.
While the bulk of the misery is being felt by flyers up and down the East Coast, both LAX and Denver's airport are seeing a number of delays as well. The FAA says there is no evidence these technical issues have any tie to hacking or terrorism. Chris Van Cleve, CBS News, New York.
In other national news, the Republican and Democratic frontrunners for president brought their campaigns to Iowa today. Wendy Gillette has the latest.
Donald Trump arrived in style at the Iowa State Fair, then took questions. He criticized his fellow Republican candidate Jeb Bush for a comment he made Friday about ISIS and what the U.S. needs to do in Iraq to control the terror group.
Jeb Bush is a puppet to his donors. There's no question about it. He's got lobbyists. He said we have to prove that we have skin in the game. I think it may be one of the dumbest statements I've ever heard.
Trump promised to unveil his first policy proposal of his campaign, saying he would outline his plans on immigration Sunday. He also answered a question about the email controversy enveloping the leading Democratic presidential candidate, Hillary Clinton.
She's got a lot of problems with the email situation. That's a big problem. I mean, if you look at General Petraeus, he had just a tiny fraction of what she's got going, and they destroyed his life virtually.
I need you. I want your help. Clinton also addressed the issue of her using a private server while she was Secretary of State during her stop at the fair Saturday morning.
I never sent classified material on my email, and I never received any that was marked classified.
Clinton recently turned over the server to the FBI, but the data and her emails had been wiped clean.
Many of the other presidential candidates are making appearances this weekend at the State Fair. Sports is coming up next, and Kyle Logan is here with a preview. Kyle?
Thanks, Neil. Tonight, the Tigers look to get back on track against the Astros. The NASCAR Xfinity Series is in Mid-Ohio, and day one of a pretty big golf event began here in Alpena earlier this morning. Also, we'll preview another high school football team as they prepare for their upcoming season. To find out who you have to stay with us, sports is next. For many high school football teams, the offseason can be made difficult thanks to a variety of reasons. For some, it can be injury, and others, the weather. For the Tawas Braves, it's a diminished roster, but if you can ask them, their team will be able to overcome any obstacles that stand in their way. Amidst the heat of a Saturday practice, the Tawas Braves are steadily preparing for another run at a playoff berth. Last year, their 7-3 record was their best since 2011. This year, the Braves are looking for more, and headman Tim Webb says the expectations for his team are pretty simple.
I want them to be tough, and I want them to care about each other and play as hard as they possibly can. That's really it. And then everything else will take care of itself. Wins and losses, we don't control as much as we would like to. Those are basically the three things that I want them to do.
Losing seniors is never easy for a football team, but the Braves have it a little worse than most. 20 seniors gone from last year's team, which means many of the younger guys will have to fill some very big shoes.
Well, fortunately that, we won some games last year, and so we had the guys who are returning have some playoff experience, and we were in some close games and some tight battles, and so hopefully they can take the lessons they learned in those games and the lessons they learned from all those seniors and kind of apply them and mold them and make this year's team its own.
I think that the seniors last year left a pretty good mark on everybody, including the younger guys that are coming up, and we're kind of trying to continue all that as far as chemistry goes and everything, because if everybody gets along better and everything, then everything just works better.
It's really hard to fill 20 seniors positions, but it just means that people are going to have to step up, prove what they got, go hard all the time.
This year's team knows they're going to have to work hard on the field. That's a given. But if the Braves are going to succeed in 2015, it will be thanks to their mental toughness and desire to work just as hard off the field.
It's going to take us working hard every day, giving it our all, not walking, running, just giving it our all and paying attention.
Despite having what many would call a depleted roster, the Tawas Braves are ready to showcase the talent they possess and prove that no one should write them off. From Braves Two-A-Days for WBKB Sports, Kyle Logan. The weather was beautiful today in Alpena. I don't know if there was a better place to be than the Alpena Golf Club. Play began earlier this morning in the Alpena Golf Club's Club Championship. The championship is a two-day event, 36 holes using stroke play, where both men and women compete for separate trophies, all vying to see who is the best in Alpena. There was an entry fee of $20 to participate, and as long as you are a 2015 season pass holder, you can play. Here's where things are after the conclusion of day one. Here's the men's championship fleet. Tom Lanier, a low round of 68. Dan Budman, 5 behind in second. Steve Westbrook in third. Ken Pokrzinski in fourth. And Tony Crabtree rounding out the top 5. And in the women's championship fleet, Sue Geyer sits on top shooting an 86. Jan Kaiser in second with a 92. Nadine Donikowski in third. And Denise Zaberna and Gisela Schreier tied in fourth. The championship will conclude tomorrow. Game 2 tonight in Houston, Justin Verlander on the mound, and he was dominant. The revamped ace of this rotation tossed 7 shutout innings, throwing 107 pitches, striking out 7 and allowing 0 runs, but it would be to no avail. Good news early on as well, as Miguel Cabrera notched his first hit since returning from injury, his first of 2 on the night after being shut out on Friday. But in the top of the 5th, with a runner on second, the Tigers would strike first. Ian Kinsler lines this ball to left field, which appears to be caught by Preston Tucker. However, a second look goes off his wrist, and it would hit the grass. Umpires rule a hit, and the run is given. But it would take more than that, because Tucker would hit a solo shot to tie the game in the bottom of the 9th. But in the top of the 11th, Victor Martinez, the hero, doubles with 2 runners on to score 1 to give the Tigers the lead. Detroit goes up 2-1. They would then tack on a couple more and go on to win by a final of 4-2. The last couple of weeks, the wonderful world of NASCAR has provided us with maybe the best racing we've seen all season. Saturday, nothing changed, and I promise you'll want to see how this one came to an end. Second straight week of road course racing, this time in Mid-Ohio. We'll pick things up midway through the race. Alex Tagliani and Chris Buescher dominated a good chunk of this race, but a new face would emerge. After scheduled stops, it was Regan Smith who took over in first, and it was a 2-man battle from there. Regan and Alex Tagliani would battle back and forth the rest of the way, but on the final lap, only one could prevail. Closing in on the flag, Regan Smith closes in and gives Tagliani a little tap-tap-taparoo, sends him high and takes control. A little short track move to get the job done. Regan Smith takes the checker for his first Xfinity Series win of 2015. Now let's see where the standings sit. Chris Buescher continues to hold on to first. Ty Dillon just 24 points back in second, followed closely by Chase Elliott in third. And Regan Smith and Elliott Sadler round out the top 5. Next week, the boys head to Bristol. And in some other golf news, you know, the PGA Championship going on. The second and third rounds were completed today in Wisconsin. Jason Day, the Aussie, on top at 15 under. The youngster Jordan Spieth, 13 under, 2 strokes back. But Neil, there are 7 guys that are 5 strokes back. So, I mean, it could make for a very exciting Sunday.
Jordan Spieth could be the next Tiger Woods, possibly?
It's possible. 21 years old. The young man's already won 3 golf majors this year. They're in the 4th right now, or he's looking for a 3rd, excuse me. So he's done a lot at just such a young age. And so, I mean, he very well could be.
All right, well, thanks, Kyle.
Thank you, Neil.
Coming up on WBKB News at 11, find out how you can avoid crowds at the air show. All that and more next. Welcome back, everyone. Now, you don't have to sit on a crowded beach to watch the air and water show, but there are some viewing spots you may not know about. Roseanne Tellez has more.
Some people think of everything, like booking a hotel in February for Chicago's Air and Water Show.
This year we planned specifically to come back this weekend, and we had to stay at the W so that we would have the best seats in town.
It's too late to get this view, but not too late to swing by the patio at the W Lakeshore for food, drink, and a front row seat. Ohio Street Beach and the shoreline along Olive Park provide great seats, but many city dwellers avoid those areas.
What's your secret? Where do you go for the show?
We usually go off of Fullerton Avenue. I live in the city in Lincoln Park, so the best thing to do is load up a cab.
This year there's beachfront construction off of Lakeshore Drive at Fullerton, but head just a little north of Diversey Harbor and check out this sweet spot.
You don't have to be in the thick of it because the planes take a lot of space, so you can go anywhere.
Even on the fringes, Belmont Harbor has a surprisingly good view. And with a pair of binoculars, the seawall at the Adler Planetarium offers a view of the show and the city, if you don't mind sitting with some ducks and geese.
So people from the suburbs don't have to go onto the sand at North Avenue?
Oh gosh, no. No, they need to stay home and watch it on TV on your news show.
Well, Kyle, that's insane. Everybody is really trying to go to the air show back in Chicago. Have you been to one?
I've actually been to one, a couple in Florida. The Blue Angels are always really an exciting performance, and I think, I mean, anytime you're able to go out and to see something like that, it's really an exciting show. And I see, I mean, even from that package, a lot of people go out, so it's very crowded.
Yeah, it's a big event, and especially in Chicago, it's huge, just a huge crowd, people from coming all over the place to see.
Oh, I can imagine. It's such a big city. But, and remember, you can read more about our broadcast stories and get the scoop on other news.